Hi everyone, it's Eva here. Welcome back to another Sims 4 speed build, and finally, my first build with the brand new Snowy Escape expansion pack. I am so excited to show you this because it is very different to what I normally build, but I really actually enjoyed doing it. First up, I want to say something. I am not an expert on Japanese architecture or Japanese culture, so I actually don't know if I put everything correct and according to the Japanese culture, and I apologize if anything is wrong. I just created this from reference pictures and from my own style, what I like in a build, right? So now that that is out of the way, I decided to build a kind of grand house that then turned out not to be too grand, because it turns out there was no good place for the stairs to the upstairs levels of this build on the ground floor, and that's why I didn't make use of any of the upper floors. But that is why I added the two towers on the left, so we have a bit more building room there. This is basically just a one bed, even though it looks massive. It is just a one bed with a massive living area, obviously, and a separate bathroom on the right. So the bedroom's on the left and the bathroom's on the right. And before I get into this build, I just want to say how amazing is this pack, and the build items are gorgeous. I love the new textures. I love everything to do with the new build items. It's right up my alley because it's very, minimalistic, very simple. I like this kind of style. You can use it for modern builds as well, especially the kitchen counters, the sofa. There's so much variety for all of these objects. It's not just you have to build something Japanese. Obviously, with the shape of the buildings, you can't really vary as much. Obviously, the outside of the house is very typical Japanese, and that's not really variable, but I think the windows, the doors, or at least some of them, are really variable. You can use them in any kind of build, and can I just say the swatches are beautiful. The wood swatches are gorgeous. I love their textures because they're so detailed and beautiful, and they look so realistic. And I fell in love with this grey swatch, which is why I'm using all the windows and all the doors in the grey swatch. It is absolutely gorgeous. And one thing that I forgot to mention is the reason why I went for this color scheme. I don't know, I saw a lot of people build the classic colors like brown, red, green, those, but I didn't really fancy doing what everybody else is doing. So I put my own colorway into it and I made it black and white, which is quite modern as well. So it kind of deviates from this brown. I'm not a huge fan of brown wood anyway, so that way I kind of got around using those. The white ones unfortunately aren't with the lovely wood structure, but the grey ones aren't. Like I said, the grey ones are amazing. And not gonna lie, I found it really difficult at the beginning to create the outside and the exterior for this build. I struggled a lot coming up with the shape and how I wanted everything to look, because like I said, I've never built anything like it. I've never actually been to Japan, so I've never seen it in real life either. All I had to work with was obviously just reference pictures. So it was really difficult, and the house shape in general is so different to anything I'd normally build. It's this square tower shape. I do like how it turned out, but it was genuinely a struggle. The interior, like I said, is a lot easier because it's very much simplistic and easier to do than the heavily ornated outside. I wish we had more roof trims for this type of build, because the ones that I looked at on the pictures were so ornate and so beautiful, and I just can't reproduce that in The Sims because we just have those lame, bland roof trims. But yeah, I tried to make it a bit more interesting using the wall trim from Vampires, because that is a bit more detailed and gives it this ornate vibe that I wanted to achieve. I know I've said ornate 3 times now. So on the inside, I obviously wanted to work with platforms again, because platforms are still relatively new, and I think they work with Japanese builds so well, because from what I've seen on the pictures that I looked at, a lot of Japanese buildings have raised or lowered floors, so I think that works perfect for this kind of style of building. And I had genuinely so much fun furnishing this, because it was so different and the items are so beautiful that it was literally stunning. Whatever you do, it's gonna look good, I guarantee you. You can't do anything wrong in this. I still tried to make it as interesting as possible. I didn't want to just use all the new objects in one build and that's that. I kind of wanted to do my own thing as well, which is why, for example, in the living room behind the sofa, I decided to create this wall decoration with the I think it's a wardrobe, the backside of the new wardrobe in this pack that I rotated and raised using the tool mod. It has like this gold and black pattern that really matched the style of this build. And then in the kitchen, I am so stoked about the new kitchen counters. The open shelves are beautiful, and like I said, they will work for other types of builds as well, so you're not just limited to Japanese builds with these. Probably one of my favorite parts of this expansion. Another thing that I really enjoyed were the little plates that come as a decoration. Kitchens are my absolute favorite room to do in any build, and I love little clutter for the kitchen, and I've always wanted a stack of plates. And finally, sorry, that was my laptop. So finally, we got these little clutter items. I love them and I use them obsessively in this build. And then one of my favorite things to build was the bathroom, because I had this idea for the bathroom to have like a lowered pebble area with the bathtub and some bonsai trees. Oh, and by the way, I did create like my own bonsai trees by just sizing down one of the trees that come with the pack, because I don't really like the actual bonsai tree that they gave us in the pack. But anyway, I wanted to create like the look of these like Japanese gardens in the bathroom, which is why I added like the rocks and the bonsai tree there, and it looks so nice. And another little detail that I noticed that I absolutely love is the little like wall decoration with the soaps in them. Oh, they're so adorable, and we need a new soap, so fingers crossed that we also get a new loo roll in one of the new packs. It's about time. Right, I really hope you enjoy this video, and if you do, then please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you're new around here. I would love for you guys to join me on my journey through my winter builds, because I'm so excited about building winter Christmassy things. And the speed build is coming to an end soon, but as always, do not forget to stick around for the final tour, because you see the building inside and outside from a much nicer viewpoint than when I'm just building. I really hope you enjoy that, and I can't wait to see you in the next video. Bye!